Have you just started Save the World, but you have no idea what to do? Well, you've come to the right place, because I've just started a series where I'm going to be teaching new Save the World players the tips, the tricks, the meta, and how to play. First of all, many people don't know this, you cannot get V-Bucks from Save the World anymore, unless you are a Save the World OG and bought one of these packs. Also, there is no trading, because if you drop a couple of items, no one else can see them but you. Welcome to the original Fortnite. When you spawn in, you'll be greeted to this area. This is sort of your main base. This is where you always spawn in. It's called home base, and if you want to quickly change your skin, over here is the changing booth. Let's get started with the most important thing. On your left, you can manage your hero loadouts. Heroes is, well, who you play as. The main one, the big one over there, for me, it's base car. You could have different heroes than me. Obviously, you've just started, but over here is where you can manage your heroes and where you can level them up as well. Now, if we head back over to the hero loadouts, you will see a couple of things. Team perk, this is a special boost you get if you have certain heroes in your support team. As you can see here, my actual commander has abilities like Bull Rush, Rosie, Plasma Pulse, and every hero has an extra boost they give you, which makes them unique. For example, base Kyle increases building health by 84%. Or some other heroes may do something different. Now, these heroes here in my support team, they will give me special perks as well. As you can see here, this one, while shield depletes, regenerate 4 energy per second. For now, select some heroes to your support team and your commander, and keep an eye on the perks they give you. Down here is your gadgets, but most people will do these two: Adrenaline Rush and the Stationary Hover Turret. The Stationary Hover Turret helps you out. It attacks the enemies, and the Adrenaline Rush heals you a bit when you use it. Now, these things have cooldowns, but they can be very useful, so I would recommend equipping those two, but you may not have them unlocked yet. And the way you level up those is just by playing missions. Now, in your hero loadout, you may have noticed there are defenders. How these guys work is very simple. They're basically your teammates when you don't have a teammate. If you equip defenders, they will spawn around you in missions and they will attack enemies for you, helping you out. If you want to upgrade one of your heroes, simply press on the hero and then confirm level up. What I would recommend is getting your level up thing to max, so when you press level up once, it'll level it up fully and you don't have to keep pressing the level up button. Now, you can also do something that's called evolving. Evolving you can do when you get to later stages in Save the World. Over here is the world map. As you can see, there's Stonewood. That's where you're starting. As you get your power level up, you can go to later stages and you'll unlock more stuff. Behind you is the item shop, essentially, for Save the World, and how this works is with gold you earn from playing missions, you can buy certain items or resources in this shop. The only way to get gold is either from llamas or by obviously playing. Over here, this llama is the llama shop, where you can buy llamas. Battle Royale players will obviously recognize this, or well, most players will probably recognize this. And how this simply works is with X-ray tickets, you can buy a llama, or these special event tickets that change every month. You can buy a llama or buy one for 50 X-ray tickets, and then you can essentially just bash this guy open and he gives you a bunch of goodies. So be sure to bash those guys. Sometimes special llamas come and you may want to wait until then to use your X-ray tickets. Now, over here is simply where you equip your XP boost. Be sure to use your XP boosts. Always equip them if you have them and give them to your teammates. You can see this teammate XP boost, because leveling up is very important in Save the World. Also, your level in Save the World is separate to your Battle Royale level. So when I say level up and Save the World, there's a separate thing that never resets. Over here is expeditions. Now, how expeditions work is essentially you pick an expedition, you select a hero to send off on that expedition, and they'll be gone for a couple of hours, and then they may come back with some goodies. Now, a lot of people say it's not worth it, so it's up to you to decide if you actually want to do these expeditions. Down here, if you've unlocked it, is the armory, where you can find all of your schematics. How schematics work is you need these to be able to craft something. These are the crafting recipes, and then once you get the crafting recipe, you can actually make the weapon or the trap or, you know, whatever it is. Now, here's some of my personal favorites. The De-Atomizer 9000, it is a very good weapon. Now, keep in mind, you can only craft these if you have the schematic, so try getting it. The Broadside, if you know how to use it, it's a good trap. the pot shot, very useful for bosses, and the vacuum tube bow, incredibly busted, and the xenon bow received a nerf, but it's good for your daily quests, which I'll explain later. Now, one way to get schematics is from research. When you pick up an item while playing, you can research it later. You get 1 research token per mission, and it'll research that item, which then you can craft it whenever you want because it'll give you the schematic. Now, there is the storm shield storage. Keep your items in the storage if your inventory is overflowing, because when you put them in there, they'll be safely stored, although keep in mind you cannot take the items out in missions. And over here next to this guy is where you can manage your defenders, which I already explained. Then there is a section for survivors. These guys are one of the most important things if you want to increase your power level. Your power level determines how strong you are, essentially. Go to survivor squads, turn on autofill, because you've just started. Some people say don't turn on autofill, but as new players, I would recommend just turning this on so you don't have to worry about it and it's not a hassle. Always upgrade these guys because they're the main way you get more powerful in Save the World. Also, quickly head over to settings. There's a couple of settings you want to turn on. Turn on, for whatever reason, these are turned off. Turn on player health. For some reason they're not on. Just copy these settings. Now, if you don't want to constantly run around home base, you can simply press your map button and it will bring up the menu, this big menu here. Now let's actually get to the gameplay aspect. The first quest requires you to complete a Fight the Storm mission, so I'm going to quickly load into one of those. Just like most game modes in Fortnite, in Save the World, you have your pickaxe and you can mine, but whatever you get in the missions stays in your inventory and you'll be able to carry them over in other missions. Now there's something very important over here. It's called blue glow. Pick up as much as you can, because to actually start missions you will need blue glow. To load into the missions, sure, you can load in without anything, but to start them and finish them you need blue glow. Also, you may notice glowing animals like that. Kill them because they are very useful for new players, as they will drop a bunch of loot, maybe some really good weapons sometimes. You may encounter animals while playing Save the World, and these are very useful because you can actually tame them and ride them around. They will also attack husks for you, and husks are the main enemy in Save the World. Now you may hear people shouting for help. Get those guys, they are called survivors, and here's an example of one of them. Simply go up to them, talk to them, and they will actually give you a gift reward, which depends, it varies what the reward is, it's random, and sometimes they're being attacked by husks, so first you need to clear those guys out. So now we're simply just gonna ride everywhere to find where our main objective is, because in this type of mission, the Atlas mission, there's a specific thing you need to place down to start. And over here is the Atlas. If you're playing along, just simply place that down. And if you interact with it, don't start a mission yet if you've just placed it down. But you'll see, you need blue glow to actually start. Now, you could build the extravagant castles that they show in the trailers, but that's not necessary at all. So this is a simple build I'm doing. I see a lot of players do this, and I'm about to touch it up right now. It should be pretty easy to copy. It's quite the simple build. And then later on, as you progress, you'll actually be able to upgrade the build. For now, don't worry about that because you can't do it, but keep doing your quests and eventually you will be able to. If you are playing as a Constructor hero, take out your build, hold down square or whatever you're playing on, and then select floor and base. Base is only available for constructors, but it really boosts your builds and gives them extra health. And unlike Battle Royale, you can search almost anything in Save the World. You can search bushes, trees, boxes, cushions, all sorts of stuff. Remember to search these, as they do provide you with some valuable resources. And once you're ready to start the mission, simply head back over to your Atlas, hold it down, and then start the objective, and a bunch of husks should start trying to attack the Atlas. All you want to do is just shoot at them and defend it. Then once you're done with the mission and you've successfully finished, you'll return back to here. Now, I was playing as a Constructor. Constructor's main thing is they're good at building, they have a lot of health, but now I'm going to play as an Outlander and showcase that, including some tips and tricks. Now, I'm going to load into a resupply mission for this, and a resupply mission is very simple. You have 10 minutes to simply either search things or destroy them. You need to at least search or destroy 50 things for the mission to count as successful. Now here's the trick with Outlanders. They're very good for harvesting because if you hold down both your aim and your shoot button, you will do this powerful punch that instantly destroys anything. You may encounter these things in later missions. They're called encampments. If you awaken the husks nearby, it will simply summon in support and a bunch of other husks will come. And they can give certain rewards for killing all of the husks around them. It varies. Now, Outlanders have their own special abilities. For example, this one can place down Ted. Ted is this robot and he will simply help you out. And then certain Outlanders can do this smash thing where they just punch into the floor and do some damage to husks. And then some Outlanders will also have this dash ability, which makes you dash forward. Now you may encounter one of these, and they're very good for getting blue glow and building resources. Simply pickaxe it and it'll launch these crystals. You want to pick up every single one of these shards. There's about 4. And then once you pick up the last one, a gift box will spawn including 4 blue glow around it. And here is a small preview of the supply drop gadget. It instantly comes in, and I would recommend this for new players because it gives you a lot of resources and it's very good for starting out. Now you may encounter one of these. These things require 2 blue glow, but when you do it, they'll give you specific boosts. For example, this one here gives you a speed boost, but there's health boost, shield boost, building boost, and all sorts of other boosts. If you notice, when I use my abilities, in the little corner there's an energy bar that runs out. It'll prevent you from spamming the abilities, ignoring the cooldown obviously, and that energy will slowly refill over time. You may have noticed one of these. If you've played Battle Royale, you recognize it, and all you have to do is simply shoot what it shoots out, and it'll give you a gift. Another thing Outlanders can do is if you see one of these, it's a charge fragment. Only Outlanders can pick it up, and essentially what it does, it will power up your abilities, but not all of them, only the ones that use it. For example, Ted, he uses it, and it just makes him stronger. Now, sometimes you will try picking up blue glow, but these little buggers will come out, and all you have to do is simply shoot him a couple of times. It's like whack-a-mole, but once you get him, a gift box will drop and you get 2 blue glow. Also, do not fall off the map because, let me show you, this is what happens. You just get knocked down, you don't lose anything, but after 10 seconds you'll be able to respawn. Sometimes you will find a purple version of that charge fragment. Once you interact with it, a metallic llama spawns, and all you want to do is just pickaxe this guy because he gives a lot of resources and it's very good for gathering, especially for new players. And then once you deplete all his health, he'll just blow up and give you more loot. Something I forgot was to actually explain the different types of heroes. Outlanders, ninjas, they can double jump, they're fast, they're quick, but they usually have less health. Constructors, they're slower, they can't double jump, but they have more health and they're good for building. Outlanders, use these guys if you want to harvest resources because they're very useful for farming. And then soldiers, if you're the kind of guy who just want to kill some husks, use that. And last thing I want to mention is the storm shield. Every different zone has a storm shield, and this is how you unlock most of your things. Now, mine will look different, but whatever you build in here saves every time you come back. And if you go up to the actual thing itself, you can access the Storm Shield menu where you can give permissions. Do not give permissions to anyone unless you trust them, because that means they can destroy all of this. They can do whatever they want. The storage, this is where you can actually access your storage. You can leave with your party. You can do war games. Don't worry about war games for now. And then there's obviously, for me it says endurance, but it'll say for you the next defense. Do these defenses as much as you can because they do give you a bunch of goodies and unlock new stuff for you. Also, the way you gain X-ray tickets to buy llamas is by doing daily quests. This is just the first episode on explaining how Save the World works, as it is very complicated. This video just dives into the basics, and I hope you enjoyed. Go watch part 2 if it's out.